The command input load is the final stage before you will see any imported data loaded into an LSS survey. The requirement in order to use input load is that you have already opened a survey, either an existing one or an entirely new one. And input load will load what is called an LSS load file. And an LSS load file is created from converting third-party data and also as a result of the output commands, all of which generate LSS load input files. The requirement is that an LSS load file must have the same name as the currently open survey. It must have a numeric file extension, and it must reside in the same folder as the currently open survey. If you are getting to this command via input convert from or input download convert, then this process will be entirely automatic and you will be prompted to follow the route from original data to loading the load file into the current survey. In order to get some data into a load file format, I'm going to convert an XYZ file, and the file I'm going to load is called example survey. This has now created an LSS load file called example survey, which is the name of the survey, and it has a numeric file extension. I'm now going to save and load that file. So this is the same as manually going to input load. If you have several load files, all of the same survey name but with different numeric file extensions, then they will all be listed in this table here. When we load data into LSS, we can send a load report, that's a quality assurance report, either directly to a connected printer, to an Acrobat PDF document, or to a text file. And if the data we're importing doesn't follow the same feature coding structure as that which we've loaded from our prototype, then we can use a feature code conversion file. And when we load the data, we can get the report to pause on any errors. If it's raw survey data and we have control observations, we can get it to pause on control tolerance warnings. And as far as control tolerance warnings are concerned, if we select advanced, we can set those warning and error tolerance values, minimum and maximum target heights, and a variety of other settings. We can pause on all warnings, irrespective of whether they are control tolerance warnings or not. For survey data, if the data is radial angle and distance survey data, then we can clear all link features for every instrument setup, break link features when the feature code changes, prevent the crossing of link features, use the feature code text style for level text, and we can also include station coordinates from that load file. The help will be really useful if you want to know more about this particular section. We select Next, and any feature codes which are not understood by the current survey will be flagged at this point, and it will allow you to either change the feature code or type in an entirely new one. I'm going to select No More Conversion Requests. These are the warnings which we could optionally have paused on, and it's reporting that it has created 3 new feature codes into the legend. The file has been verified successfully as a valid LSS load file, and we can select Continue to create a DTM or if we've identified problems with this file, we can cancel and repeat the exercise. It identifies the number of points within the survey, and there the survey appears on the screen. So to recap, the input load will load a LSS load input file, and that file is the result of an input convert from, or an input download convert, or indeed an output command. A survey can comprise many individual load files. If you are simply adding to an existing survey, you can just keep on loading additional load files and it will add that data to the current survey. If, however, you want to cut and paste parts of a survey together, then you would create the two parts as two separate surveys and use the input merge survey command to cut a hole in one and place the new information into that hole. Please have a look at the help documentation on this command.